a war that Tinubu cannot afford. Physically, psychologically, intellectually, militarily, the capacity is not there. I think he is using this war as an alibi. As what? As a cover. To do what? To ensure the war comes between Nigeria, ECOWAS, and Niger, and then that will make him invoke a constitutional provision for emergency rule. That will not happen. Nigerians are much, much wiser. We have seen other...
Hello, welcome to Paulides on the Wheel with Jay, and this is Elite TV. It's no longer news to anyone that Niger, had a military coup sometime last month. And before the coup, the ECOWAS chairman and the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria once said,
"We will not allow coup after coup West Africa separation." We will take this up seriously.
And barely after 2 weeks, it happened in Niger. Now, the question is this, was the election in Nigeria free and fair? That is a call from so many people across Africa, some presidents and even some indigenes of other African countries, calling on the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not to say anything because his ends are filled with corruption.
Nigeria, you can't be saying that is a big brother, that you're going to be putting Niger in sanctions and they're going to be cutting off their electricity because they are an illegitimate government. We know this rubbish by now, the Honorable President of Nigeria. You're still struggling to get recognized yourself. So don't make it more complicated. We know who won the elections and we know who is in power. Now,
if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button and the notification button to get much more of our video. So here we go. Now, the ECOWAS have been deliberating on the issues of Niger, on how to handle this particular one. The president of Nigeria wrote to the Senate, to engage the people, the Nigerians military junta. But then they have been warning from many Nigerians, prominent people, even Bola Ahmed Tinubu, strong friend and political associate, in person of Senator Ojizo Kano, and he warned the president that he shouldn't try it.
Very much. I believe that President Tinubu is not president of ECOWAS. I saw a press conference here in Washington, D.C. that the president of ECOWAS have declared that ECOWAS service chiefs should move to war. And that is not Nigeria, but I'm still having my reservation that Nigeria should join ECOWAS to go to war. Because if the Americans want to go to war, they should use their troops. They have almost 3,000, 4,000 troops there in Niger. They don't need to say, we will give you money, President Tinubu, we will give you arms, just go and fight. It is dangerous to fight in our backyard. You don't know where this fight will end. Nobody knows who is sponsoring this fight. I think the advisors of President Tinubu, which I'm also one of them, will continue pleading on him not to join that fight. Since Nigerian Senate have already said, no, you can't go to war, and he needs authorization of the Senate to go to war. So I don't think it's a good idea to go to war. What they should go to the juntas to do now to put a democratic process plan. They should give us a plan for 1 year, 6 months, 2 years plan to return to civil democratic process. Since they said the president of Niger, President Bushom, have already resigned. Let us take it like that. These things happens once in a while. And I don't think any Nigerian soldier's head is good enough to be killed for another country. It's not our war. It's an internal affair. It's an internal problem of Niger people. I hope my president and my friend and my brother will understand that this is not our war. We have nothing to fight those people for. I want him not to listen to the US. I'm a friend of the US. I'm a friend of Israel. I'm a friend of UK. This is the first time I would like President Tinubu to disobey the US. It's not the right thing to do. We are not going to go to war. Let US and Nigeria and France have a transitional program for with the soldiers. They are Niger people. They are not outside from there, so let them plan transition in peaceful diplomacy, agreements, and all the rest of them. They should reach an agreement, concrete agreement, to return to civil rule. I'm not thinking they're going to war with Niger. One, they are our blood brothers. Secondly, it is very dangerous. You don't know who will join the war. They might invade Nigeria. We already have a lot of problems with our minerals along those borders. And nobody should attempt taking us into war. We cannot go to war with Niger at all, at all. It's not the right thing to do. We must pull out of ECOWAS. If it means pulling out of ECOWAS, Nigeria should pull out of ECOWAS. If that is ECOWAS' decision. We're a sovereign nation. Nobody can toil with 250 million Nigerians. It's not possible. So I still plead, and it's just I'm in Washington. I could have gone to see President Tinubu. I still plead with him not to join the war. He's chairman of ECOWAS, yes. But he also have a role to play to say, I'm not going to go to war. The United States want us to go to war. France wants us to go to war. Why don't they put their soldiers and go to war? We'll give them the money to fight. Let them go to war on their own. We cannot go to war. This war is in our backyard. I plead with the president to listen to the voice of reasoning. The Senate have said no, and I'm joining the Senate. I wasn't in the Senate now. I was in the medicals, and I still join the majority of Nigerians telling President Tinubu not to go to war for the sake of brotherhood and sake of Africa.
Now you see, after his warning even to the president, the senators also rejected his appeal. I mean, his request to, to engage the Niger. But then, what are we seeing today? Some information have it that there are some armory that have been imported into Nigeria, and they have moved them out of the seaports in Rivers State. Where this is going to, nobody knows. Nobody knows whether they are bringing them to Nigeria to fight the terrorist, activities going on in Nigeria, or they are taking them to the border to engage Niger. Nobody knows about that. This thing, I don't see the reason why the Federal Republic of Nigeria should put themselves so high, I don't know the interest. I don't know what they stand to gain in this. Yes, ECOWAS should stand united and all of that. Now, there is a protest already in Kano and some other part of the northern country, telling the Nigerian government to pull out of this ECOWAS stuff. They should pull out. They shouldn't fight the Nigerians. Knowing fully well that if anything happened within Nigeria border to Niger will suffer more, because it's a free entry when you look at our border between Nigeria and Niger, from Sokoto, from Katsina, and some other part of the countries. So they are protesting, asking the Nigerian government to pull out. Now, let's go forward and see again what happened to what will happen to Nigeria if Nigeria jail go into this. Some people said that the military may strike. Some said with the monumental level of corruption and with what is going on in Nigeria, if the government refuses to listen to the people, it may be that the military will take over. I'm not in support of that. That is the opinion of people, and I don't want to even talk much more about that. But however, here is what the military came out to say 24 hours ago. They said, we are not ready to take any military action in Nigeria because we are enjoying the democracy in Nigeria. We are not ready, to sabotage the hard-fought democracy in Nigeria. For the military to come out and say this, to debunk whatever people are saying on social media, on mainstream media, or everywhere across the globe, it means that something actually, because if you read what they have said, they have not really said anything that in regards to the call of the military to come and take over. They are only saying that they are cool with the democratic processes in Nigeria. So to me, something fishy is going on, but we hope that it doesn't happen in Nigeria. it doesn't happen in Nigeria, because it will not be a good ending if it happened in Nigeria. And this is why. Look at this graphic. How Africans are fighting Africans for the Europeans, while our mineral resources are being whisked away to Europe. What does that tell you? That is the reason, what is going on in Niger. That is why we need to come together and find out the solution to the problem of Africans. But then, no, our leaders are bent to, get whatever they want to get for personal reasons, and, don't care about the motherland. What do you see about this video? Please let us know in the comment section, and subscribe if you're not subscribed to this channel. Thank you, and see you